Okay, welcome back, guys. We are future developers. So here we are going to take session on Oracleypix. This is completely free of cost. This is going to be happening every week on Sunday at the same time, 8 p.m. And here we will be exploring Oracleypix thing. So as decided, I'm going to explain you about Oracle Apex text fields. We have a lot of type of text fields here, like checkbox, select list, LOVs, and all those things. Uh, I'll show you all those text field with how I'm going to create those text field with the example and everything over here. So for that, I'll take you quickly to the workspace what I have created for the practice purpose of our session. And I hope you all remember about this workspace, future developer, what we have created in our very first session. Meanwhile, if you guys will be having any problem, you'll not be able to understand, then you can intervene me in between my conversation. Okay. So I'll quickly take you to, maybe I'll create a new fresh project over here. And on that project, I'll show you everything. Okay. So I'm going to click on create button to click and to create a new application in Oracleypix. Okay. So this is nothing but Oracleypix framework, a user interface for developers where you can develop your application. So I'm going to create a new application and I'll keep name as practice. Okay. So currently we have only one page, and let's create the application with default settings. Let's run this application. We have to enter credential here to get into the application, the credential, same credential what we used to get into the workspace. Okay. So here, this is the navigation pane, and this is blank page. Okay. So let's create a page, and there, so as you can see here, you have this page to show the application, and you have another tab, which is the backend part of the application actually. So this framework, the Oracleypix framework, only needs your web browser. Okay, and here we are using public platform, the public platform provided by Oracle to practice or to develop the application. So I'm going to create another page. Let's click on create page, a blank page. We'll write here text field example, normal page. We'll use breadcrumb and click on next. Identify and create a new navigation field. So this is going to add as a navigation in navigation bar actually. Okay, click on next, finish it, and refresh this page. Now, as you can see, we have two tabs here. One is home and the other one is text field. So the new field, the new page what we have created. So I'm going to show you the different type of text fields in Oracleypix. Okay. So for that, so this is nothing but edit edit option for the developers, so that you can edit your page and accordingly you can show your output over here in the page. So as this is page 2, this is page 2, so that is why it is written as edit page 2. This is application number, the application what we have created. Okay, and here a lot of other multiple options are there. Maybe I'll explain you when we will go with the flow later. Okay, so as of now, I'm going to click on this create edit page 2. Let's click on this and you'll reach to this place, the backend of page 2. Okay, so as you can see here, page number is written and you have a lot of other options are there. So you can create buttons, you can create items, you can create computations, process, dynamic actions, a lot of stuff. Okay, so currently I'm going to create page item. Item is like a text field, select list, all those things comes under items. Okay, so here you have this plus symbol. This is nothing but a component view. The people who are not knowing about component view, so by default you'll not get this component view. Actually, by default you'll be having only layout, page search, and help. These three options. To enable this component view, what you can do, just go to this place, this wrench option, and here you have this show option, and here you have to select this component view. By default, it will not be checked. You have to check it actually. Okay. So this is the component view of this backend, the page, and here you can create a lot of components over here for the application for this page. So I'm going to create page items. Click on it, and as you can see, as soon as I've clicked on it, we got a some information over here in right side pane. So I'm going to give a name to this item, and I'll be writing it as let's say text. Okay. And here you have options to create the text. So what kind of field you want to create? Checkbox, color picker, date picker, a lot of other options are there. So as of now, I'm just going to create a text field, normal text field. And the label is nothing but what will be visible to you, to the user actually. I'll show you in the page. So the label will be text, and here some default settings are there. Let it be as it is as of now. Here we have to select region, in which region we want to show this item. So before that, let's create a region first. Let's create a region first and give this region name as type of text fields. Okay. So we have created a region as this name, and the item what we are going to create here will drop this item in this region. Okay, so you just have to select the region, on which region you want this item to be visible, and let's save it. Now let's run the page, and as you can see, this is the name of the region, and this is the item what you have created. Here you can write your stuff. You can write your name, your number, whatever. So a text field got created over here. Okay, a text field got created, and you can write your text. So this is one type of text field, one type of item you can say. Okay. Now I'll show you another type of item. That is, so let's write, give a meaningful name to this text field. Let's write it as name. Let's say you want to enter name over here. Save it and run it. So as you can see, so a user will understand, okay, so this is the place where we can enter our name. So this is one type of text field. I'll show you another type of one type of item. I'm going to show you another type of item. So let's say we will enter address here. So for address, what do you want? You want a proper text area where, because address can have multiple lines. So address will not be actually look good over here. It should have multiple lines. So for that, there is an item called text area. Okay. So this is this is another type of item. So we call it as text area. And here again, we have to select the region where we want to show this item. And let's all things will be default, and we'll save it and run it. So as you can see, a proper text area got created. So here you can write multiple lines like this. Okay. So we call it as text area. We call it as text field. So here, as you can see, we have two different type of text with two different type of items. All right. Now I'll show you another type of item. That would be, let's say, for example, let's say we have two different cities. Okay. Or maybe yeah, let's say 2 different cities, and I'll give an option to you to select one of them. For that, there is an item called select list. As you can see, this is the option select list. Yes. So here you can. So for that, we have to give option to the user to uh, select from the select list. Again, I want this item to be visible in this thing, this region. And here we have option as, I mean, we have to give a proper list of values to get into select list. Okay. So here you have to select the type first. So how you want to show the item. So for as of now, for to understand this, so I'm going to take it as static value. So here you have to write the name of the city. Let's say New Delhi. First it is New Delhi. So here you have two values. One is display value, another is return value. Return value is nothing but this is the value which is going to get entered into the table. So this is going to get entered into the table. So how whatever you're going to write over here, this is going to save into the table actually. So table where you're going to save the information. Okay. So let's select another city as Bangalore. Let's take few more options over here. Mumbai and Kolkata. Yeah, and click on OK. So here there is an option called display null value. So when null comes, you can write over here as select. Okay, now save it. I'll show you how it is going to look like. So as you can see, select is coming because currently we have this null value, and here you have options to select one of them. So either you can select Bangalore or Delhi or Mumbai, whatever, right? So this item is nothing but a select list. Okay. Now another type of item is LOV. Another type of item is I'm going to select as check. I'm going to show you as checkbox. So checkbox, I hope you all are aware about checkbox. So again, I'm going to show you here how to create checkbox. So let's say again, I'll take example of cities itself. Yeah. Because this item is already created. So as you can see, it is coming as red mark. So you cannot create same name of, I mean, you have to give another name over here. So let's we'll select as state over here. Yeah. And we'll have to select the region where we want to show this item. And again, in list of values, you have to give the options what should be there in the checkbox. So I'm going to give state name like Karnataka. Okay, then we have Bihar. Then we have let's say Maharashtra. So this is the value which is going to get entered into the table. Okay. Now let's say let's select another as West Bengal. WB. Yeah. Click on OK. Save it and run this page. And as you can see, you got a checkbox. So you can select values like this. You can either click it or unclick it. So this is how things will be going to get selected. This is another type of item. The next thing is I'll show you text field with autocomplete. Okay. Before that, I'll show you radio group. So radio group is the kind of the type of item where you have option I mean, you have multiple options, but you can select only one. Like as you have in checkbox, you can select multiple options over here, but in a radio button, it will allow you to select only one option. I'll show you how to create that and how it will be visible over here. So here, maybe I can give another option as country. And the region will be same. And here again, under list of values, let's click on static value and we'll write the country name over here. USA. Then we have UK. Yeah, let's select only 3. Let's yeah. So let's save it and run it. So as you can see, we have option. This is nothing but radio button, radio type of item. So as you can see, you can select only one. You cannot select multiple values over here. And why you're getting this extra bullet? Because when you'll go back to this place here, as you can see, you have option to show display extra values and display null value. So please, disable both the options. So this extra bullet is coming because of the extra values, because of these options. So as soon as you'll disable it and you'll save it, you'll not get that. Okay, so maybe you have to disable this as well. Display null value. I don't want to show display null value. Okay, let's run it. And as you can see, you don't have that option. So whenever you're creating radio type of item or checkbox, make sure that you're going to disable this option. Here you are getting only one option is display extra value. So we don't want to show extra value. So you have to disable it so that only those values will come, whatever you have given. Okay, whatever option you have given. Then we have another option as, so here I'll show you one more thing. So as you can see, all the options are coming right next to, down to the previous one. So we want, we want everything in same line to look at, how it looks good. So we have to get that thing as well. So we want everything in same line. So for that, what you can do, you have an option. So let's say if I'll talk about state, and so here you have an option, number of columns, how many columns you want to show. So as currently we have only one column. Let's say if I'll type it as so how many options we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll write here as 4 and we'll save it, run it. So as you can see, everything is coming in one line. So we can save our space, page space like this. Same for country as well. We can collapse it or we can manage it in one line. So you can you can write, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever over here. It doesn't matter how many options you have given. You can write more than that number as well. So let's say if you are going to enter one more value or one more, two more value over here, so that will get consolidated automatically if you'll write something like this. So let's save it and run it. As you can see, here we have given value as 10, but it is coming. So you can give 10 values to show in the one line. It means you can give 10 values. All right. So now I'm going to show you another type of text, another type of item. And that will be autocomplete maybe. Yes, this thing. So let's give any other name, maybe employee. Let's say you want employee name. Okay. So for text, again, you have to select the region where you want to show this item and list of values. So you have to select proper thing over here. So for that, for this autocomplete, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a SQL query. Okay, so how? So for that, let's get into object browser and let's see how many tables we have. We have this EMP table, and here in EMP table we have ename. So I'll show you how to use this autocomplete. So I'm going to write a SQL query. As you can see, I have selected type as SQL query. So I'm going to write a SQL query here. What I'll do, I'll write select ename from EMP. Let's see what happened here. We have this validate button, so we can validate it. So validation successfully. Okay, save, run, and as you can see, this thing. So it looks like text field, but what is the difference? If I'll write anything over here, that will be fine. But if I'll write here A, so as you can see, automatically you're getting all the options, whichever is somehow A is included in any of these employee name. Well, write the next word. If it is not matching, nothing will come. If it is matching, that thing will come. Let's say if I'll write AD, so Adams will be coming because AD is in this thing. So let's say if I'll write AM, AM. So James and Adams both are the proper option for this. So this is how autocomplete works. This is another type of text field. All right. Let's see what. So I hope you are understanding till now. If you have any problem, I mean, you are not getting it, then you can maybe intervene me in my conversation, or you can interrupt me and you can ask your question. So next thing, what I'm going to show you is date picker. I think this is very simple, straightforward. You just have to select the date picker. And let's say we'll write here date of joining, anything you can write. And we'll write here date of joining, and you're getting option to select the region where you want to show this, and let's everything be the default. Save it and run it. So this is another type of item, which is a kind of date field. So once you'll select this small icon, you'll get a calendar with the date and month and year. So if you want to navigate from one month to another month, you can use this arrow button to move forward and go back, and you can select your proper date like this. Okay, you can select your date, whatever you want, you can select from here. So this is another type of item. Another one is, maybe I'll show you shuttle. Yeah, I'll show you shuttle. So shuttle is, again, here I'm going to select employee name, or maybe employee ID this time. Will take department ID, or department. We'll write department. So let's check what are the columns in department. So here we have dname. Let's select dname. Okay, so we'll select the region first, and here again in list of values you can write your SQL query, because this is shuttle type. Okay, so for maybe I'll show you for static values first. So okay, so in static value, what you can do, you can write department name like this. You can do the same thing from SQL query also. So I'll show you from this option, then I'll show you from SQL query. Maybe then you'll be able to understand what's the difference between both. I'll click on OK and I'll save it. Again, let's disable this extra values thing. We don't want extra values. We want only those values what we have given. Run it. And as you can see, a shuttle will come somehow like this. Okay. So here, what is the purpose of Shuttle? Using control button, you can select multiple things, or you can select one thing I mean, at one place you are getting all the options. So let's say if you are having 10 values over here, so you can select 10 values using control button. So you have to select that and you have to click on this arrow button. So once you click on arrow button, it means you have selected this thing. The application will understand you have selected this option. All right. If you're using this arrow button, all the options, whatever options are here, will fall in your select field. All right. And you can select one as well. So this is the purpose of Shuttle. We call it as Shuttle type of item. Okay. So I have shown you this thing from the static values. I'll show you the same thing from uh, SQL query. How we can do that? I'll do select dname, dname R. So this is display value. This is return value. Okay. From dpt. So return value is going to get saved into the table, and this is the display value. What will be visible to you in the application front end. Let's click on OK and save it and refresh it. And as you can see, you're getting department name, what we have in our table. So you can again select like this. You can double click on this one, and that will get selected. You can select like this as well. And if you want to select all, you just have to click on this double arrow button. Yeah. So these are the type of items. I mean, these are the basic type of items. We use it very frequently. But whenever we create form to take user input, we normally use to create these type of items. So we have checkbox and we have radio button, we have autocomplete type of thing, we have date, we have shuttle. We have another type of items as well, like color picker. We have date, display image, display only. I'll show you display only once. Maybe I'll show you today's date. Today's date. And here in region will be same. And here we have, so by default, you'll not get any option to write anything, but okay, let's save it first and let's run it so that we'll see what is going to happen here. So as you can see, this is display only. You cannot edit it. You cannot edit this field. But if you want to show anything to the user, you can write a source code. So here you have this option, source. So here you just have to, you can select your type of data. I'm going to select SQL query, and I'll write select sysdate from dual. Dual is the default table in Oracle, and sysdate means I'm going to return system date. I mean current date. Let's save it. Let's run it, and you can see today's date is coming by default. So 23rd of August, like this. So this is display only type of item. It is not editable. It will not be editable by the user. User can only see this value. So sometimes it happens that we want some data to be visible to the user, but we don't want them to edit it. So that is what the purpose of this display only. Yes. So to browse the file, to upload blob content, when I'm saying blob content, it means a text file, audio file, a video file, whatever. Uh, an image .jpg format image or the .pdf file, whatever. So that can be uploaded using this file browse type of item. All right. And so how it looks, I'll show you maybe that. So when you'll refresh it and you'll see it, so you'll get something like this. So here a user can upload his, this the file, whatever if he wants to upload. So this is nothing but file browse type of item. Okay. So today I'm going to show you type of items. In my next session, I'll show you how to enter these values in our table. Okay. So if I'll talk about this file browse, so simple, the normal, the only item is not sufficient to enter the value. We have to give certain conditions, certain things, and a table cannot contain blob files. I mean, this much simple. You have to create that type of table, that type of uh, column where the blob content should be acceptable in the table. Okay, so for that, all those things I'll show you later when I'll explain you about how to enter the value in the table. All right, so that is another type of item. I'll show you now the next one. Here we have rich text editor. Let's say any description. I've given name as description. Here, rich text editor, I'll show you how it looks and what is the purpose of this type of item. Let me create it and refresh this page and come down. So as you can see, the rich text editors looks somehow like this. And here, as you can see, this is this little drop keyword. Let me expand the window size so that everything will be visible to you properly. So as you can see this thing, here you'll get a lot of options. So if you're writing anything, let's say if you're writing Saurabh and you want to make it bold, you just have to select it and click on bold. Yeah. And here you can write another thing. Let's say if you're writing Amit and you want it to be italic, you can do it from here. So this is nothing but rich text editor. So you're giving user a flexibility where he can, customize his content. So how he wants his content to look like. So here you have a lot of options. A user can give style to his content. All right. So as you can see here, he has multiple options. He can underline all of these options are not there if you'll create a normal text field. This is normal text field. A user can enter only normal thing. He cannot highlight, or he cannot bold it, or he cannot make it italic. Those flexibility is not there in normal text field. But if we'll create a rich text editor, here user will get proper option for everything. He can select these font thing. He can select size of the font, the kind of how he wants to look like. So he has all these options. All right. A lot of he can insert a table over here itself. So as you can see, the table thing. So here you'll get option how many rows, how many columns you want to insert. We'll click. So as you can see, a table got created. Look like table. So he can insert proper table value, and so let's say if he want to insert any link, so you can create link as well. Let's say www.google.com, and display text will be click here to search. Okay, let's click on OK, and as you can see, a link get created. So click here to search. That the URL will not be coming as www.google.com. A user will get only this item. So these all flexibility are there in the rich text. Now I'll show you another type of item. So as you can see, you have Markdown Editor, number field. So when you'll select number field, and I'll write here phone number, let's say phone number. All right. And let's select region as type of text fields, and let's save it, run it. So phone number, the user will try to write these things, and if he'll submit it, it will give an error, and the error will be you cannot enter alphabet any of the alphabet. You have to enter number only. Only number will be accepted in this field. So that is why this is number field. And one more thing, if you will observe that when you'll write number, it will start from right side. It will start from here. And if you'll write anything in text field, let's say here, that will start from left side here. So that is the basic difference to understand what is of number type item and what is of normal text field. Okay. Then you have another option as pop-up LOV. I'll show you. This is very important and very flexible with the user interface. I'll show you how it looks like. Let's select department name over here. Okay. And text field here, LOV. In LOV, I'm going to write SQL query, and I'll write select dname D display value and dname R return value from DPT table. Validate it. Okay. Save it. And let's run this. Come down. Here you're getting department number. So see, this is how it looks like. As soon as you'll click on this, a pop-up will get opened. Now you can select from here. Got it? You can select from here, accounting, operations, whatever. So this is somehow similar to this select list, but here you're getting option over here itself. But in pop-up LOV, you'll be getting option. And when you click on this thing, you can select, and you can, if you have multiple options, you can write here, accounting, hit enter, only that will come. Click on this and the value will be coming like that. So this is the basic difference between pop-up LOV.
Saurabh?
Yes.
Actually, you gave two dname R. Can you open the SQL again?
Sure. This one.
Yeah, you have given dname R and D. So it is giving only one thing. So what about the other one?
Yeah. So actually, I have given two values because this is the display value. This is nothing but what will be visible to you. Okay. And this is this is a return value.
So you have to write both the things, return value and display value.
Yes, we have to write both the things. So this value is going to get inserted into the table. And this is the value what will be visible to the user over here. So let's say if you want to show, you are showing a department name to the user and you're inserting department number in the table. So you can write here department number. So the value will be visible to the user, will be displaying this thing department name, but when user will select accounting and he'll submit it, so department ID will be getting inserted into the table.
So first time, so first is everything is the display and second one is the table insertion.
Right. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Like that.
We can do cross check or same one. It's like display. Can we make it in second part?
No. So first will always be the display. If you'll let's say if you'll make it as like this. So this is going to be display value. So it always takes first value as display one. Got it? So that is why I have written D just to denote. D to display, R to return. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here I'm showing department number and department name is going to be return value. Let's click on OK and we'll save it and refresh this page. Now you'll not see department name, you'll see department number. Click on it. As you can see, these are department numbers. And when you'll click it and you'll submit it, that we'll be going to see in our next lecture. So there I'll show you how this value will be going to get inserted into the table. All right. So once user will submit it, department name corresponding to this department number will be getting inserted into the table. So the same logic is here in our Shuttle, the same logic is here in our checkbox, in our radio button, in our select list. Everywhere the same logic is there. We have to show two different type of, two different parameter kind of parameter. This is department. One is to display, another one is to return. All right. Then we have another type of text field, another type of item as password. All right. So let's say if you have created an application where you are giving flexibility to change password or enter password to the user, that can be visible, that can be created somehow like this. I'll save it and run it. Come down. So see, this is nothing but password field. Whatever user will input, that will come in star mark. It will not be visible, but it is writing something. If you're writing, let's say if you're writing 1, 2, 3, 4, so data is going to get saved as 1, 2, 3, 4, but it will be showing a star. So this is nothing but password field. Another type of item is percentage graph, but I'll show this thing later. We have star rating. Again, this is not important. I'll show you later. Markdown editor. I'll show you maybe this thing. This is somehow behaves look same as a rich text field. Description 2. Okay. And let's select the same region and save it. Yeah. So as you can see, this is mark editor. So this is, it looks somehow similar to this rich text editor where you're getting a lot of options. A user will get a lot of options. Here you have some basic information, some basic options. So if I'll write something, and if I want to make it bold, I can make it bold. I can make it italic. I can make it like a code. Okay. So once this will be getting saved, so this is going to be bold, this is going to be italic, and this is going to look like the code, how code looks like. So you have this, I'll show you the preview thing. So this is how this the information is going to look like. Okay, once it will be getting saved like. So normally, what is the use of this code? Let's say if we are entering select star from department table, then we have another code as select star from EMP table. Then let's say we are using join, so we can write join, and so we can write whole lot of this code thing. And when we'll preview it, so this is how it is going to look like. The code will be highlighted over here, and this is going to be comment field. So this is another type of item. It gives user a different kind of flexibility. Okay. All right. So these are the basic and very important type of inputs what we take from user. We have lot of other options as well, but those are not very important, or we don't use very frequently those things like star rating and percent graph. But I'll show you all those as well when the real requirement will come to us, when we will be creating project, because I'm going to show you the project also. So once we will be familiar with the complete framework, kind of component and flexibility what we have here, once we'll be familiar with that, we will develop a real project here, and there we will use all kind of components in our application. Okay, so I hope till now you all are good. You got the concept.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have any
Thank you.
question, you can ask me. Yeah. All right. So that is it for today.